Yo. Welcome back to another episode of Shy Bulls Podcast. On today's episode, we got to talk about it. Patrick Beverly vows to apply pressure on Zach Lavine. What will it do for Zach? Y'all already know. Y'all got to hear this music first.
Cognac. Gang.
Shy Bulls Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding it down on another episode of Shy Bulls Podcast for me and C-Dub. If you like what you're listening to, hit the like button and subscribe. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Beverly vows to apply pressure on Zach Lavine. We already know what Zach Lavine has done. We already know what Zach Lavine has been. And there's belief that he can be something more if, in the words of my man Steve-O, if he learned how to get to his spots a lot easier, and if he just slows the hell down when it comes to playing a game of basketball. Now we know who Pat Bev is. Pat Bev is a pest, a defensive guy, an energy guy, a locker room leader who typically can energize his team and definitely annoy the hell out of the opposing teams by just being all up in their grill the entire game for the duration that he is on the court. So this man is now a Chicago Bull. So Pat Bev, he went on his podcast and he talked about him joining the Chicago Bulls. And he put out a message that I feel like had to be highlighted. He said, if you think I went hard for other teams, just imagine how hard I'm going to go for this one. I love that right there. Because to every time this man talks, you already know it's some Chicago up in there. You know what I'm saying? There's some things you can't agree with, some things you're going to disagree with. But at the end of the day, you cannot deny that Pat Bev has heart, bro. He has heart. He has that toughness that is necessary in the locker room. And in all this season, I have stated on many occasions, the Bulls are soft. So hopefully this guy can get something out of these guys. But I really want to focus on who Patrick Beverly put the microscope on and put the magnifying glass on while he was talking on his podcast. He said, you know me, I'm going to be on Zach Lavine's ass. I'm going to give him all the energy he needs to destroy people. Damn. That is a great quote. I know that he's going to apply pressure to Zach Lavine, but the question is, how will Zach Lavine respond? I believe you got DeMar DeRozan in there, you got Nikola Vucevic in there. Yes, there are two veterans in this league, but I don't believe they're as outspoken as a Patrick Beverly, regardless of what the stats say. There's a lot of belief that just because he put up low numbers, he doesn't have an impact on the team, but that's not necessarily true. He does have an impact on the team. But how will Zach respond? We seen Zach have great games, but they did not all end well. They all did not end well for Zach Lavine. We had bogus turnovers, stupid turnovers that he was creating, bad IQ decision, bad shot selection in key moments, things like that really, really had you questioning what the hell is Zach Lavine doing. And then there are other times where you got the game going on, he's in attack mode early on, and then he fades. Now, I don't know, there's a lot of speculation with him playing with DeMar DeRozan and that being a factor, or, you know what I'm saying, with DeMar DeRozan being such, once DeMar DeRozan puts his head down, he not really passing out of that. I mean, you've seen that the last few games that he did play before the All-Star break, but I believe that's in part because he was injured and really couldn't get his feet under him the way that he wanted to, or the elevation that was necessary to knock down some of those mid-range jumpers. As you've seen, he was short on some or either long on some, and he wasn't as fluid as we normally see DeMar DeRozan be whenever he's, shooting from his spots in the mid-range. So there's no knock on DeMar, but I think DeMar leadership just wasn't effective enough, you know what I'm saying, to Zach Lavine, or Zach Lavine wasn't being receptive enough when it came to the leadership of DeMar DeRozan. But I know this. I don't know Zach Lavine will respond to Patrick Beverly being in his face, trying to hold him accountable and things of that nature. I mean, but you can still look at the history of Patrick Beverly. You know what I'm saying? Who he has played with throughout his career. He has played with superstars. He has played with all-stars. So hopefully some of that knowledge that he brought, hopefully some of that knowledge that he gained from those teams, he can bring it into the Chicago Bulls team, who desperately need to get it going if they even want to sniff the play in. And that's sad. That's sad. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, these guys have to produce. At the end of the day, they are better than what the hell they've looked like in the last 6 games. I'm anxious to see how these guys come out when it's time to go play basketball later this week. It's time to go play basketball later this week. If you're really serious about making it to the playoffs or having an effort to even compete in the playoffs, for the rest of these games, we need to see what the hell the Chicago Bulls look like on the floor. That's just what it is. But I would say this about Patrick Beverly. If you look at the history when he has been placed on young teams, they have responded. You know what I'm saying? Early on, those years with the Rockets, he was solid. He was an integral piece for what they were able to do. Then we look at the 2018 Clippers that battled the Golden State Warriors in the first round and had Kevin Durant having to go in a press conference like, I'm Kevin Durant. I'm Kevin Durant. You know who I am. I'm Kevin Durant. And then just recently, he had got on a young T-Wolves team and he helped them win a play-in championship. He helped the 2022 T-Wolves go in and win a play-in championship. Yes, it was very, very exciting during that play-in, and they even had a great first-round series against the Memphis Grizzlies. They had a great first-round series against the Memphis Grizzlies. It's just ultimately they didn't win. You know what I'm saying? So you seen the type of effect that he had on that young team to come out with some grit, with some dog, with some energy to go ahead and compete for that duration or whatever that time was, and just go ahead and push in to where they can get in the first round. Yes, it ended in the first round, but what do we want to see the Bulls do? We want to see meaningful minutes. Me personally, I want to see how Zach Lavine responds now that he's healthier than he was last year in the playoff series. Because last year in the playoff series, he was nowhere to be found because he was hobbled. Now, if we get him in the playoffs, there's no excuses for Zach Lavine not to produce for the Chicago Bulls, or at least put up better numbers than what the hell he put up last playoff series against the Milwaukee Bucks. So that's just really what it comes down to, man. It's just really how will Zach respond to all the pressure that is about to be applied on him. And I believe Patrick Beverly when he's saying about the applied pressure. And I believe that the pressure that's going to be applied is necessary in this sense. Zach Lavine has the best talent on the team. He has the best talent. He has scoring ability on all 3 levels. We have seen him step up defensively. We have seen him initiate some offense. Can he take the next step, though, is the big question. Because I don't personally do it, but I know a lot of other people that typically do it, and they go ahead and they always bringing up your damn $215 million max contract, Zach. So can Zach Lavine take that next step? I don't know if he's going to be able to encapsulate or start taking that step forward, with the remaining 20 plus games. But at what point would that happen? Because I don't believe that Zach has stopped growing as a player. I believe he still has room to get better. You know what I'm saying? He's still young, and every year you've seen him get better. I would say last year was probably a better year than this year, but you've seen Zach turn it on. It's just that the team is in they in a bad storm right now. And that's just what it really is, man. And that's what it really comes down to. How will Zach respond? We shall see. I mean, I'm willing to say that at least it's going to be better than when Tristan Thompson tried to hold other guys accountable. Because motherfuckers be like, bro, your business all up on, like, I'm not personally saying it should come up, but they like, bro, you a Kardashian. Somebody probably say something like that. You a Kardashian, bro. You just want to be in the news and da-da-da-da. You doing this, that, and the third, and can't nobody take you serious because you was just on the bench or you was damn near out the league. Pat Bev ain't out the league, and Pat Bev had other places he could have went to, i.e. a Golden State, who really, in my opinion, could have used some of his defensive intensity to add on with Draymond. If you got 2 of those guys, 2 annoying ass defenders on the same team, you never know what that can turn out to be. You know what I'm saying? Especially to get in the heads of the opposing team. So you never know. So, hey, Zach Lavine, I hope you go ahead and you respond to this, I hope that you take all the information in good, and we gonna see what's happening in the next few days. Y'all got some rest. Y'all wasn't a part of the All-Star weekend. Y'all got some rest. Y'all get to go ahead and come out and see what the hell, and show the Chicago Bulls fan base what the hell y'all made of. But hey, if y'all like what y'all heard today, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you want to be a part of our mailbag episodes, hit us up on that number, 773-242-9219. This is another episode of Shy Boys Podcast. I'm Bobby. I'm definitely gonna catch y'all on the next one.
Cognac. Gang.